membership for the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance, and I'm joined today by Jason Hornberger. He is a Vice President and Market Lead for Berks County for Orrstown Bank. So thanks for joining us today, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Orrstown Bank? That's a new name to Berks County. Where are you from, Orrstown, and why Berks County?
Perfect. Well, Orrstown's a new name to Berks County, but we've actually had some folks here in our mortgage and wealth and trust side of the bank. There were a few folks who weren't comfortable with the BB&T acquisition of National Penn. So there's been a few folks in Berks County, but my hire was really meant to start the real expansion into Berks in a major way on the commercial and retail bank side. But Orrstown has about 35 branches across central PA, working on an acquisition down in Baltimore right now that should close in the next 6 months. But the bank's actually 100 years old.
Wow, okay.
And has had a major expansion and growth in the last 20 years or so. And Berks County is just a natural expansion. The management team has hundreds of years of experience between all of them, but experiences from different places. So there are a few folks that worked at other banks and have experience in Berks County. So they've been very excited to move into Berks. It was a matter of doing it the right way. So there were, you couldn't expand a bank in a lot of different ways through acquisition or hiring organically. They took a long time to try to find me, and it was really gratifying that Orrstown wanted to take a chance on me to grow the market from scratch.
Okay. And so to that end, what is your biggest challenge in growing a market from scratch? I understand you have an office, but you don't necessarily have a branch. So what kind of challenges are you encountering as you try to grow the brand into Berks County?
Yeah, well, it's a big hurdle to not have a branch. A branch is a big billboard to the community that you're invested in the community. You want the organizations to do well, and we're getting there. I need to be able to initially find a group of core customers that I can bring into the bank who don't need those cash services right away for the use of the branch. But once we have those pillar customers in place, we have it in the budget to move very quickly to start building a branch. But I need to get that initial group of customers in place in Berks first. And I've been doing it a lot of different ways. There's a lot of great connections that I have of folks that know me that want to work with me. I've been using social media in a very active way. I actually have committed to doing a weekly LinkedIn article.
Oh, nice.
And it really is my way to create a billboard to say who I am, what my morals are, my thought process. I am completely transparent about what I want to build. And I've been taking a big picture approach to my prospecting because I could go out and look for every deal that's out there and try to bid on everything.
Right.
But I recognize I have a long career ahead of me. I have 20, 30 years in banking. And I will only have a portfolio of probably about 50 or 60 customers in the long run. So why would I try to prospect folks that I don't want to have forever?
Right. What's important to you about having a smaller portfolio?
Well, for me personally, what I'm going to manage, I grew up in banking. Both my parents worked for Meridian Bank.
Oh, okay.
I grew up as it wouldn't be allowed today, but I was a little kid playing in the bowl as a kid. But I really have this concept of I'm going to prospect the folks that I want to have real long-term relationships with, and it's going to be a fun ride. And hopefully I'm putting out the type of relationships to the community that will draw people in. So it's an exciting opportunity to start from scratch because I really get to pick and choose who I want to work with.
So when we first met with Orrstown, and y'all are a fairly recent addition to the Greater Reading Chamber, one of the things that impressed me was y'all's approach to businesses. That I believe you mentioned that your main customers are not necessarily the biggest businesses in the area, but that you specialize in small to mid-sized businesses and helping those grow. Can you talk a little bit about that mission?
When I joined Orrstown, and I've only been there for a few months now, but they spent a long time trying to find me, and they tried to sell me to come onto the bank with the simple principle of, at Orrstown we put character first. And that goes for our customers that we try to bring on, our employees, and we're looking for good people who happen to own businesses. And the relationship is everything. In the world of banking, a but there are products out there. They're generally the same. It's an efficient market. Rates are going to only vary a little bit, but the relationship is going to be where folks get aggressive. And Orrstown has a lot of forward-thinking folks. I've only been there, as I said, a few months, but there's different things that I've been able to recommend. Other folks have recommended to just try to make the place better.
Okay.
So where do Orrstown actually get extremely aggressive?
Right.
It's actually on the deposit side. We reward savers, and the small to mid-sized business, we can do a lot for them and create some good situations. Being a bank that's probably a little bit larger than people realize in Berks County,
Right.
Will be about $2.7 billion.
Oh, wow.
Once the acquisition is done in Baltimore.
Okay.
And we can do loans that we have a comfort level of $15 million before we need board approval.
Wow.
But there's not a lot of deals that we can't do here in Berks.
Excellent. So now I want to get a little bit personal, because you're certainly not new to Berks County, and you're not new on the business scene. I'm sure a lot of people are going to see this and go, hey, I know Jason. So as a young professional, what has influenced your decision to remain here in Berks County and raise your family here?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I went to Shippensburg for college, and that's actually, oddly enough, where Orrstown is headquartered.
Oh, okay.
So I was familiar with Orrstown out there, went to school, did well, came back in December of 2008, and where I graduated a semester early, and it wasn't a great economic cycle.
Okay.
So I came back home, not sure what I was going to do. But I found out immediately that Berks County has such amazing people that live here. The leadership from community leaders is so fantastic. I just had too many good mentors here, and advocates who were willing to give me advice, help me along the way. So I'm 31 years old now, and I've managed to chair a capital campaign for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Right.
Was president of the board in my 20s. It's an amazing opportunity that if a young person wants to be involved and have a leadership role, there's absolutely those opportunities.
Fantastic.
And the community is supportive, and if from an affordability standpoint, if you have a young family and want to have a nice house, you can't make a mistake with almost all the school districts. They're generally all good. It's a great place to have a young family.
Excellent. So it does sound like you have found a good fit with Orrstown and your personal beliefs, and both seem to be very rooted in community and helping it grow and prosper. So excellent.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Jason, for being with us today. We appreciate it, and look forward to your success and hopefully seeing an Orrstown Bank branch really soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.